Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning. A lot of happy Friday, July 8th, 2022. Apologize for being a little bit late. Was at the gym in the morning. I'm getting this routine down pack. I might have to start the show a little bit late. I don't know. We'll see. But I know we try to be like motivating and talk about different stuff, but the things that are going on today, just former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe dies after being shot at a campaign event. So yesterday, Boris Johnson resigned. Right, this was around noonish, and then around in the evening, the former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe he got shot. It's unbelievable. Thank you, Hobo Chili Recipe. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was at the gym this morning. I was at the sauna. Did some. My shoulders been bothering me, but I still got to work out and I got to stay consistent and man, this guy like he was one of the good guys, I guess, right? It's always the good guys that they always like mess up, right? Like he's always smiling. I remember him with Trump. Let's go look at Chinzo Abe. Hope I said it right. I'm gonna see if I find the video. But Chinzo Abe, there he is, right there. Former Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, was assassinated. He will be remembered as one of the fiercest fighters against communism in Asia and global order. Abe was a good man and a true leader. May he forever rest in peace. From Kate Corrigan, Twitter. So it's always like these crazy people from the other side that go out of their way to cause harm, right? The like inclusion, the side of inclusion, the peaceful side is always the one with the violence. They can't stand a good person or a good man. Hey, how's it going, LDG? He was a nationalist. He believed in the glory of the Japanese Empire. Do some research on this guy. He believed in returning Japan to its former glory. So he was one of the good guys. I heard some stuff. See, the media, right? I'll go by what the media says sometimes. I listen to the news. And if the news is saying this person is bad, is usually they're the good ones. And when the media is praising them, I'm starting to realize they're really the bad ones. The media will put out a nice the media will put out a nice article, a nice piece about George Soros. George Soros is a great man. He donates a lot of his money, millions of dollars to campaign to help out the poor rich, to help out the minorities. George Soros has gotten a lot of district attorneys elected that want to make a difference in the inner cities. George Soros, what a great man. Now back to you, Michael Strahan. Yeah, George Soros is a good man. That's what ABC does. That's what CBS, CBC, CBS does. And I've been watching the Sky Australia news a lot. If you're not watching Sky Australia, guys got to watch Australian news. They love making fun of the United States, and they they love making fun of the United States. We're like a laughing stock around the world. It's amazing, and with this administration,
Adam, thanks for talking to us today here in.
the American media made fun of Trump, right? And the rest of the world praised him. I'm not a big Trump guy. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing things out. We gotta point it out like it is, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I should move this over here.
Joining us on the U.S. report.
Thanks, Chad.
On to everyone's favorite.
Thank you, LT. Thank you, LT.
Topic. No,
How's it doing,
abortion,
Toasty?
but gun control.
So, Jay,
Vice
bro.
President
Thank you,
Kamala
thank you.
Harris visited the site of the Independence
Does
Day
my mic sound better
mass shooting
today?
and
I fixed
delivered
the
a bit
volume
of
a little bit.
Biden-esque word salad
I
while
was
she
watching the
there.
other videos. It wasn't too high.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
Now, I know you're taking it seriously because she's taking it seriously and I'm taking it seriously, but a quick twofer for you. Will the
See, Australians are making fun of Americans. This is amazing. What's next? Canadians too?
incoherent Kamala
Thank you.
Harris Joe Biden's best insurance policy to keep him in the job?
Well, firstly, James, just on the gun issue, I don't think so. I mean, the reality is the Congress has just passed a gun reform already, and I think there's very little appetite to do more there. And of course, actually do anything.
So we're not going to watch all that, but the rest of the world just enjoys making fun of us. And what is America doing? America's fighting about abortions, about don't say gay in Florida. This is what people are fighting. This is what people are going to rallies on a June, July, Saturday or Sunday, going out protesting abortions. What about the inflations? What about protesting that kind of stuff? All the things that are going on. So in Japan, they say you can't have guns. Guns are illegal. So somebody made their own. The ex-prime minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, was shot and gravely wounded by a lone attacker with what appears to be a very crude, improvised double-barrel weapon made from pipe tape, wood, and electrical fire components, possibly 12-gauge black powder. Wow. So you can create your own gun? So what do we have? A gun control problem or a people problem? We're going to get to gun control in New York City, too. Look at this. This guy made his own shotgun. Did he use a 3D printer? Did he buy this on eBay? Did he buy this on Alibaba? I don't know. But look at this engineering right there. This is the guy that did it? This is him? So so these guys have guns and they couldn't stop him. So this is the guy that killed the former prime minister right here. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yep. At least he's Fallout 4 mode. Oh, you're absolutely right. This is from Fallout. He's been playing. This guy probably designed Fallout 4. So you can make shotguns from hardware supply. Look at that. On Rust. See, so this is video game. This guy probably created a video game. And he's been playing Rust and Fallout 4. Now I want to go play out Fallout 4 now. Unbelievable, right, ladies and gentlemen? Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. This guy over here. From 1950 to 20. This is sad, man. This is sad, man. It's always the good ones, right? It's always the good ones. Oh, crap. I could show this? I don't know if I could show this, but damn, this is sad. Look at his aide. Wow, this is crazy right here. Funny how you get pictures of Shinzo Abe, but you can't get pictures of other certain people, right? In a prison cell. When I say funny, I mean sarcastically. I don't mean like this is a funny situation. But yesterday, right? Two prime ministers, ladies and gentlemen, like back to back, Boris Johnson. And it's incredible what happened yesterday on July 7th, 2022. This all happened yesterday. Frozen strikes. Well, I'll leave that joke for Revenge of the Sis to make. So Boris Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, he's gone.
Just desperation and delusion.
Is this really him? Where is his resignation? I want to hear his resignation. Let's listen to the Fox News one.
Months and years is the British people did not trust him. He would say one thing and would do something else, and then it would pop up in the tabloids. And then with this thing, it's a question of integrity. He has refused to go, even though people have been calling for him to hit the pavement for a while, because he would say, look, I had a mandate. I had an additional 14 million votes from voters who voted for me in 2019, so I'm going to stick around. And he stuck around until he saw the writing on the wall. 53 government officials called it quits. The government.
So I hear that he was he was a conservative. He ran as a conservative Republican, but ended up being more liberal, especially with Joe Biden. He did everything with Joe Biden together, and he started messing things up. He lied to the people after he got caught. So it's not really the crime. Everybody commits crimes and sins, but he tried to cover it up. Oh, this is him talking. Listen to him talk.
Up the best job in the world, but them's the breaks. I want to thank Carrie, and I want you to know how sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world, but them's the breaks. I want to thank Carrie, and I want you to know how sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world.
Is it really the best job? Is it really the best job in the world?
How's it
Don't
going?
talk about politics.
You want to hit the pub again?
Val, chuffed.
Don't talk about
How's it
Don't
going?
talk about politics.
You want to hit the pub again, don't you?
Yeah, but the pub might get frisky for this lot
Take care.
because pals Val and Dot might be smiling, but they do not see eye to eye.
We only have a fool running the country at the present.
Val, chuffed.
Don't talk about
So these ladies are happy that Boris Johnson, the Golden Girls. Hey, good morning, Mysterious. Look at the Golden Girls, the BBC Golden Girls over here. I gotta listen to what these guys.
Years. Anybody who's ever worked with him knows that he's a liar. Every single person who worked with him knew that he was a liar.
Oh.
Every single person who sat around that cabinet table and propped him up knew he was a liar. Every single right-wing commentator who licked his backside and told us he was going to be a wonderful man, they all knew he was a liar. And the thing is, you say what should happen next. The first thing should happen, he should be got out of Downing Street. John Major is absolutely right. He will do more havoc if he's there as a caretaker. He's corrupt. He's entitled. He's a liar. He's delivered nothing. He's the worst prime minister this country has ever had. And the sooner he's out of that place, the better. I mean, anybody who's ever known.
Thank you, Judge
Johnson,
Juju.
I've known him for over
Appreciate
30
it.
years. Anybody who's ever worked with him knows that he's a liar.
So a lot of people happy that he's gone. I'm not. I don't really pay attention to whatever happens across the pond. Thank you, Judge Juju. Appreciate it. I'll be back live. I'll be live. I'll be covering this stuff. Shout out to Fat Keck Boy. Yeah, recipes to Shinzo Abe. Frozen's dad, I think, or something. I don't know. But rest in peace, Shinzo. This story, the last time we were live, ladies and gentlemen, we covered this story. I wasn't planning to cover it, but it just popped up on the feed. On Wednesday, we covered this. And I want us to, if those of you that watched this episode, this show on Wednesday, we talked about Jose Alba. Remember him? He was the gentleman that defended himself in the bodega. So he was arrested, ladies and gentlemen. We saw the video. We're gonna play the video again right now. This man defended himself in the bodega. We played this video. I remember watching it. I didn't know anything about it. I like to watch the videos and get the live reaction right away. You guys see me watch the videos, get my live reaction. And let's go back. Let's watch the video one more time. Warning, graphic content, all right? So he's a 61-year-old Jose Alba, right? So apparently this shirt from Amiri cost $300 or $400, right? This is the girlfriend that has an EBT card, and she didn't want to pay 50 cents or we're also going to cover the bell fries. These ghetto people in New York. All right, we're gonna go to New York. Let's go put on a New York hat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put a cap, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're talking about New York over here. All right, let's talk about New York. All right, we're back in New York, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. So this guy's arguing Jose Alba over a bag of chips. So he could have took his shirt off his back to pay for the chips for his girlfriend and the kids or whatever, right? So this guy, he just got out of prison for assaulting an officer a few months ago. Now he's assaulting this worker. He thinks this worker's an old man. Let me abuse him. Let me take my aggression out on him. Let me know what I learned in prison. Let me take out my aggressions on this guy, right? I learned this stuff in prison. He pushes the old man. Oh, old man, I just came out of prison, old man. You're not going to do nothing to me. You're not going to do nothing to me, old man. What you going to do, old man? You're not going to do nothing on me. I just came out of prison. And I don't know what hand this is. She got $1. She should have got another 50 cents. What's up, Triple G? I'll be there. I think today, what's his name is live, right? I'll probably show up. Jose Alba. Remember we talked, I played this video live. This guy, I said Jose Alba has probably been in worse situations before in his life. Look at him. He remains calm, cool, and collective. He's like, today is not my day. Today's the day that I'm going to survive this. Jose Alba probably got pushed around a few times working at this bodega. He has had it, but he's thinking, what am I going to do next? How am I going to survive this? He's not talking back. He's thinking about it. Jose Alba, look how calm Jose. Let me make this video. There we go. Look how calm Jose Alba is. And he should have never picked him up. This is the fatal mistake the $400 shirt man over here that likes to abuse cops and just came out of prison did. So this guy has enough money. Thank you, Juju. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate it. So this guy has enough money for a $300, $400 t-shirt and to do his cornrows, right? And get some nice earrings. All right. He probably has a gym membership. Look at those arms, right? Probably got a gym membership. And he can't pay for his girlfriend's bag of chips. Jose Alba, he picked him up. And this is the mistake $400 shirt over here did. He picked up Jose Alba. Look what Jose Alba does with his right hand. He's ready. He has his hands ready. Reaches in under. Not today, kiddo. Oh, no, sir, no. Bam. There goes Demetrius. Austin Simmons, So look at the struggle. Apparently the girlfriend stabbed the guy 3 times, the bodega worker, but she's not arrested. So right there. So Jose Alba defending himself, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, YouTube blocked my video from Wednesday, I think. The video I did Wednesday got blocked, so that's why I'm not trying to play the whole video. Well, already too late. Whoopsie, too late. Yeah, he was charged for murder, and he was. This is what I was gonna do this video yesterday. I was upset about it yesterday, but I was like, let me wait till today. I went to the gym. So I told you guys I was gonna go to New York last week, right? I was gonna visit my family last week. But why would I go to New York? Let me take off there we go. I gotta take off the mirror. Why would I go to New York where I can't protect myself? I can't carry like I could carry here. So, and if I take my protection to New York, I could be arrested in New York for carrying. But these people carry and they don't get arrested. So why would I go to New York? I'm sorry to my family, but there's no reason for me to go to New York. Why? So I could get stabbed, robbed, probably raped now that I'm losing some weight. It's probably one of these transsexual rapists, crazy people out there might want to rape me or something. I don't know. I'm just saying New York is crazy. So why would I go to New York? Why? Why? To catch a Yankee game? That's okay. I bought the MLB network. I'll watch the Yankee games from my home. I don't need to go to Yankee Stadium again. It's okay. My life is more important than a baseball game or going to New York City. I got out of New York to avoid this nonsense. Bodega workers are getting robbed, stabbed. And then if you defend yourself in New York City, guess what? You will be charged for murder. You cannot defend yourself in New York. Just let them push you onto the train tracks, right? You don't defend yourself. You cannot defend yourself in New York. You can't. Right? You can't even do this in New York.
What's going on? It's bad out here. People want to push people in the train. It ain't gonna happen to me. So I got my own chain, and this is what I do. I wait for the train like this, and until the train don't come, I stay right here. There ain't nobody pushing me. Train comes, put the key, and that's it. And I'm going on the train. Boom.
Boom. People got to tie themselves onto light posts to survive in New York, ladies and gentlemen. This is why would you live in a city like New York City where you got to tie yourself with a belt, with a rope. You got to walk around like a cowboy with a rope. Hey, let me tie myself onto this light pole so I don't get pushed onto the train tracks. Let me have a knife behind my counter so I can stab people trying to rob me. Oh, you can't do that. So in New York City, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I left New York. Damn, I want to. I want to play something. I can't. So if you try to defend yourself in New York City, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? You might survive, but you'll be charged with murder. You will be charged with murder. Look at this man, 61 years old. Survived 61 years old. He said, I'm not going to die today. I'm not going to die today. But the district attorney, Alvin Braggs, gave this man $250,000 bond bail, right? Look, the Manhattan bodega worker charged with murder after fighting off a violent ex-con in his store over the weekend was finally home Thursday night after he was released on bail in a highly publicized case. Look at this old man. He's dramatized. He went to Rikers. The liberals are always trying to shut down Rikers Island. And they put this man, 61 years old, defending himself. He wants to see his family again. He wants to see his grandkids. He wants to keep his store alive. An immigrant, probably a legal Latino, an immigrant that has a business in this city, wants to survive, take care of his family. And he gets arrested. And a sky-high bail for $250. New York is no bail, right? There's no bail in New York. You can rob a CBS, get arrested, and be released within an hour with no bail. But this man, for defending himself, he gets charged bail? Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. New York City is a disgrace. Una disgrazia, New York City. It's disgraced, treating this man like a criminal. And NYPD, nothing but a bunch of foot soldiers for the same politicians that demonize them, right? You have all these liberal politicians demonizing NYPD. And what does NYPD does? Arrest this man. Instead of making a stand and be like, we're not going against your policy. Remember NYPD, whatever, look at NYPD arresting this man. Sheriff. Shame on these cops, man. A bunch of foot soldiers. They do whatever is told for a pension. The same politicians, the same mayor, the same governor that demonizes these cops, that arrests them and suspends them, they're the ones arresting innocent people. Remember when the cops arrested the people at the Applebee's for not wearing a mask? These same cops. But then the criminals that are arresting, the cops don't even arrest. They arrest them and release them. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? I'm upset. I'm very fired up today. I just came from the gym. I'm pumped up. I had an amino energy. This news pisses me off because I spent 30 years of my life in New York, ladies and gentlemen. 2 years in Texas. 5 years in Ecuador. 30 years of my life in New York City. And this is the garbage that New York City has become, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, I had a rant today, ladies. Had some hot takes today, ladies and gentlemen. Bunch of hot takes today. Where's Mayor? Where's Mayor Eric Adams? What he's been up to? Where's the Mayor of New York? Where's the swag mayor? Where's Major Eric Adams, man? Where is he at? What is he doing? Let's see where Mayor has. Let's see where our favorite mayor. That's right. He's been up to. Oh, right here. Look.
To encourage of those, but we also want HUD. But we also want HUD to get in, our federal government, to reintroduce the officer, teacher, first respondent program to encourage those civil servants to remain and live in the community because affordability is crucial. We are hemorrhaging Black families in this city. That's the largest population that we're losing in the city because the city is no longer affordable to them. And we want to do everything we can to make sure the city remains affordable. We have an amazing housing
affordable
program through Jessica Katz, the chief housing officer, to make sure we build as much affordable housing as possible, but not only for civil servants, but for all New Yorkers. And we're focusing on that. But we also want HUD to get in, our federal government.
These idiots, right? These politicians in New York, every time they run affordable housing, affordable housing means contracts for your donors. All those construction companies, those owners of those billionaires that donated to your campaign, you give them the contracts to tear down neighborhoods and build their buildings and skyscrapers. Affordable housing. You do this affordable housing with a lottery system. You give it to a few people, then evict them after a year or two, rock up the rents. There goes your affordable housing. This is all these politicians are. You hear the same nonsense it's like De Blasio with a 10 over here. Eric Adams, man, this guy, man. Yo, man. The same people that wanted to elect Biden, right? You want to elect Biden.
Say, I told you to do Biden. Now we done lost a damn vote. We done lost a vote. That's gonna go to Trump. God damn. Stop worshiping these people like they're fucking God. Ain't nobody worshiping them. But God damn it, Chris, we need somebody in there with motherfucking sense. He vote independent. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know what I said do when you go in there. You go. That's what I did. No, you did. You go independent. This shit funny. I told you. I said go Democrat Biden. Now there's a fucking vote that we done lost that can fucking go to Trump. This is why I don't do politics. I will never do this again. He said he ain't gonna vote again.
I told you, go Democrat, go Biden, right? And what happens when you go Democrat and you vote Biden, right?
We did it, Joe. You're gonna be the next president of the United States.
This is the mayor of New York City, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him hanging out with whatever the hell this is. This is where people are getting shot. His aide got robbed. His own aide in New York City got robbed, ladies and gentlemen. So his own people are getting robbed, and this guy over here is hanging out. Is hanging out at the clubs. All right? Hanging out at the clubs. Eric Adams. Right? Why his aide, right? New York City Mayor Adams' aide robbed at gunpoint in Brooklyn.
Rising crime and some very violent incidents in the city in just the last few days. Quite another when some of the most influential business leaders on the planet are letting the mayor know he better do something and soon. Charlie Gasparino on what has come of that meeting. Charlie.
And Neil, as you know, the bankers.
We're not gonna hear all these idiots because I only got a few minutes left. But this is what's going on in New York. This is what's going on in New York. Crime is high, dangerous. You can't even ride the subway. People are getting robbed. CEOs reiterated that people will move out of New York City if crime problem isn't dealt with. People are moving out of New York. I left New York, and I'm never looking back. So you got to get out of that plantation. You got to leave those blue hell cities. If you're still living in a blue city, I don't know what to, if you're conservative and still living in a blue city, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing by now. Like, you should have left a long time ago. Like, honestly, I don't know what's the reason to be in a blue city by now. Like, you knew this was like, you can't defend yourself in a blue city. You're on your own. I got to make sure I download this with Eric Adams. I'm going to download this. As a matter of fact, I want to download that one. I want to download. So this, here we go.
Who was very angry over a man in self-defense in New York City, has been lowered from $250,000 down to $50,000. Jose Alba was attacked last week while working at a bodega by a man who was very angry over a bag of chips and the price of them. Alba was attacked relentlessly. We showed you the video before pulling a knife, finally, and stabbing his attacker. The attacker ended up dying. That's what happens. Radical left DA Alvin Bragg, unsurprisingly, did not hesitate to charge Alba with murder for his move of self-defense. And Alvin Bragg actually pushed for $500,000 bail, even though Alba has no criminal history and even has surrendered his passport. They don't care. All they care about is protecting criminals. Fundraising site GoFundMe, which has become insanely political in recent years, actually took down Alba's page after it had raised $20,000 for his bail. But there is at least one New Yorker defending Alba, and it happens to be the mayor, Eric Adams, once a cop himself, who had a moment of clarity today. Take a listen.
What?
My heart goes out to that employee who was in the store doing his job. And so I am hoping that we take all of that into consideration as this hard-working New Yorker was doing his job and someone aggressively went behind the counter to attack him.
Good on him for saying that, and that makes a lot of sense. Whatever you
Wow, I thought he was going to say, my heart goes out to the guy that got stabbed. Wow, what a swerve.
think of Eric Adams, we do have a better mayor than we did. We just have a much worse DA now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is New York City now. There's no reason to go there. There's no reason. So hopefully this Jose Alba situation, you know, wakes people up, because this is a Latino now, right? It's not a white supremacist. Like people got to start waking up and like, what's going on to the city? Telemundo should be covering this too. Univision, like what's going on in the city? And enough is enough. This once great city, New York, is a hellhole. It's depressing. It's expensive. It's demoralizing. New York City demoralizes you. And if you work, you're working for one day like that. Somebody could come, stab you, take your life away, rob you, take your money. Just like that, everything could be gone in New York City. Just like that, you could be on top of the world, and somebody's gonna push you off that ledge. That's how I have anxiety in New York. It gives me anxiety. I'm always looking around, even though I have my headphones on. I'm always, I hear something loud. I'm like, oh, is a fight gonna break out? New York City. New York City, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad that it has become the way it has. And I've showed you guys all these videos of all these crimes that go on, and it's it's like I'm always aware of stuff. I have my five senses. I'm everywhere I go. I'm always aware. I have headphones on, but I'm always aware. Like sometimes I got like spider senses or something. You just gotta like now you gotta be on point with everything. Yeah, I'll tell you this quick story. The other day I was going to the gym. It was the first day I was going to the gym. I signed up, and the quality of people have sucked. The last job I had to deal with customers and stuff like that. People are disrespectful. Quality, the kids are even worse now. I think parents have gotten worse. They don't control their kids. I cannot work in an environment where there's kids. It's just they don't control them. They do whatever the hell they want, and you can't tell them nothing. Everything has become stressful now. The quality of people, the quality of food, the quality of everything has decreased. $20. I think that's what it is, New York, right? Because you always listen to the news. Be careful, don't get pushed onto the train tracks. So you're always like, oh, I don't want to get pushed onto the train tracks. Oh, be careful with the rats. Be careful with the or be careful, don't get robbed. Be careful, don't get stabbed. And you're like, what the hell? You're always like car accidents. New York City is always like an accident. You're stuck in traffic. Stop and go, stop and go, stop and go traffic, stop and go, stop and go. Man, maybe that's the way. Maybe that's why I'm like this. I don't know. I'm like loud and it's a New York thing because New York, you gotta be loud. You gotta be like because you get it. If I get into an argument with you, I'm gonna get louder than you. I'm gonna use like, hey yo yo. So this is like new NYPD Crime Stoppers. If you have Twitters, I suggest checking this out. You see all the crimes that go on in New York. This is where we saw the Jose Alba one over the weekend. Where's the Jose Alba? This is where we saw the Jose Alba. Crime Stoppers, was it? So you see most of the crimes happen at bodegas. So all these bodega workers are getting... Yep, that's what I'm going to be doing, working from home. Working from home, it's... as an American, like, we played this stuff before. So check out Crime Stoppers if you have Twitter. You see all these videos. So I want to show this video real quick. So you have people in scooters having shootouts in New York. Everybody running around with guns in New York, shooting each other. You could be walking by. You could get one of these bullets. It's not like they go to the shooting range and practice. They're shooting. What if this was your window? What if this is your air conditioning? And a bullet just goes right through it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Day Wave is about to begin. Go check them out, ladies and gentlemen. Comment on the comment section. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the like button. I'm gonna give you guys some shout outs. I'll see if I do some videos tomorrow too. I'll see if I go live over the weekend. I'm gonna probably play around with the times because I have a new schedule. So I gotta see when I go live. I really enjoy going live. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys tuning in really motivates me. Over 20 today, like over 20 viewers today, very motivating. And I'm trying my best. I'm practicing. I'm new to this too, so I've only been doing this for a few. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit the like button. like to support the show. I appreciate you guys. I really do. If you guys didn't tune in, I wouldn't be doing this. I'm like, nobody watches me. Why am I still doing this? But thank you guys for watching me. And I remember from the beginning, and I really do. I appreciate you guys. That's why if I can't do a show, I'll let you guys know. Like, hey, I apologize. You know, I got caught up, but I keep you guys up to date. But comment. That's why I enjoy giving you shout outs, because you know you guys make the show. In the comment section, if you guys didn't comment, it's like comments to me are like claps. Like if you're clapping, so the more comments are happening, I'm like, oh, people are clapping. All right, people are with the conversation. So I appreciate it. All right, we'll give you guys some shout outs. Shout out to DJMXO. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. We're back, baby. We're back. Shout out to BB. Shout out to BB. Shout out to DJMXO. Shout out to Super Spurg. Shout out to Cheeseburger. Shout out to Hillbilly Harry. Shout out to Malevolent Bystander. Shout out to Irrational Times. Shout out to the lovely assistant. Shout out to Mysterious. At the man cave. Kinda hot. Shout out to BB. Shout out to Rocket Man, Rocky Matrix. Nah, I can't do both at the same time. Shout out to Jay Bricketarian. Shout out to Super Spurg. Shout out to Malevolent Bystander. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to Rocket Man, Rocky Matrix. Shout out to Toasty with the Mosties, also known as Tank, bitch. Shout out to Super Spurg. Shout out to BB. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to BB. Shout out to Mary Rowe. Who else is in the chat? Comment, ladies and gentlemen. Comment. Who else is in the chat? Before I call last call. Shout out to Jay Bricketarian. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe and at the man cave. It gets kind of hot. The bird comes off. Down at the man cave. Who else in the chat? Last call, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Rebecca Treadwell. Shout out to BB. Shout out to Lampy's Human Lampshade. Shout out to Era 718. Shout out to Cheeseburger. Shout out to Hobo Chili Recipe. Shout out to Professional Horny Boy. Keep being a professional. Shout out to Just Juju. Thank you for the super sticker. Shout out to LDG. Who else is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Last call. Shout out to Triple G. Real man like legal Latino. Shout out to Fat Keck Boy. Rest in peace, Shinzo Abe. Last call. Shout out to Mysterious. Shout out to LT. Shout out to Shake Some. Who else is in the chat? See the new comments. Shout out to BB, Super Spurg, Hobo Chili Recipe, D Smiley, the third, Era 718. I got you. Shout out to Hillbilly Harry. Shout out to Lou and Petty. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. You have a great productive Friday. You have a great productive weekend. Go check out Daywave Live. Go check them out. Go check Daywave, JJ Stoner, Revenge of the Sith. Take care, everybody. You have a good day. Go check out Irrational Times, too. Take care, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.